NXP being a leader in security, we provide the products as well as the controller with security that enable you to make your final product to comply with any regulation, whether it's Europe or whether it's in US.
NXP has a quite extensive and exhaustive product lines.
At NXP, we have the processing block, we have the security block. Security is a topic that is often now brought about by the customers because of the regulation imposed by countries and regions if you want to sell the products there. We have the connectivity, right? Anything smart needs to be connected, so we got a connectivity block. We have Wi-Fi 6.
How you see India market different if I compare with other markets?
I think India is uniquely India.
Okay.
Right. I think the way we do business here is also very different. Right. It's basically adapting to the local needs.
How you think NXP India is placed for these kind of support for Indian customers?
Customer can download the application example from the Code Hub, get a very low cost Freedom Board, and get maybe a few free samples from NXP or from our distributors, and they can immediately start with it.
Government of India also taking a lot of initiatives for semiconductor ecosystem, where they are encouraging the global vendors.
A lot of products is actually developed in India. So for example, the MCX, some of the MCX variant is developed here in India. Right. And in terms of establishing semiconductor manufacturing here in India, I think it's really a nice idea.
Good afternoon, dosto. I'm Deepak again from Ramakrishna Electro Components, and we are again back with another episode where we are inviting our guest and our global vendor suppliers who are our associates. So today we have Mr. Alvin. He is from NXP Semiconductor. So we would like to understand, we will discuss with Alvin that how India market is and what kind of activities we are doing and what kind of expectation customers have from NXP in India. So he is a person having all the global exposure and managing many domains. So let me introduce Mr. Alvin. Hi, welcome to Ramakrishna social media podcast. This is our new initiative for our customers, for our employees and product development teams, so that they get a lot of insights and they can have a lot of mind share. So please tell us something about NXP India to begin with, that what all NXP India doing and what kind of focus NXP India is having for Indian customers.
Thanks, Deepak, for having me on this social media podcast. NXP India has been around for many years. I think, as we all aware, NXP is heavily invested here. We have a couple of sites that does R&D. Right? We continue to innovate, bring the latest and the greatest to the customers. As you know, in terms of technology, it's always evolving. So we need to always keep up with the latest and the greatest. And there's the R&D side here is a very important site globally for NXP. In addition to that, we got a great sales team here together with technical support and together with you as a distributor, that we go to the market, we go to the customer, understand their needs, and we match it up and together with the products that we have, solution that we have, software, hardware, and whatever, and the services that the distributor will bring as well.
Yeah, understand. Yeah. So coming to the kind of product line NXP Semiconductor is having, my customers, my design partners, and all the product development team would know that NXP has a quite extensive and exhaustive, product lines where they can, engage with product development teams.
Yes.
So if I ask that, what are the key applications NXP is seeing that for the next 3 to 5 years that's going to be very exciting and engaging for NXP India in?
Okay, so if you look at NXP, you can actually view us as a one-stop shop, right? On a very high level, if you talk about in terms of blocks, right, NXP we have the processing block, We have the security block. You know, security is a topic that is often now brought about by the customers because of the regulation imposed by countries and regions if you want to sell the products there. We have the connectivity, right? Anything smart needs to be connected, so we got a connectivity block. We have Wi-Fi 6, we have BLE, we have Thread, Zigbee, UWB, ultra wideband for fine ranging. We have NFC, for example. These are the wireless connectivity that we have. We are investing also in making new wireless transceiver, addressing the energy market, for example. And finally, going around the core and also complementing the entire system, we have the advanced analog. So our advanced analog, we have things that's around the core. We have things that is what we call system power, similar like PMIC. We provide PMIC not only to the application processor, we provide PMIC to the entire system. So we have one or two PMICs. If you want functional safety PMIC, we have functional safety PMIC. And finally, we also, besides general purpose analog, we do have high performance analog targeting very niche application like the industrial automation, where you got to measure the voltage, the current at very accurate and over the temperature. So specifically where we excel, right? As you know, I think if you can read from financial report, automotive is our biggest, right? Followed by industrial, and then we have mobile as well, right? Mobile in terms of mobile wallet and things, because we have such a solution. So automotive will remain our core, and industrial, basically now we are growing our industrial market. We are putting a lot of emphasis there. Our products with the MCX family of microcontrollers, these are designed with industrial in mind, and also the IDO-MX 8 and the IDO-MX 9. Specifically the IDO-MX 9, we have a variant that is designed specifically with industrial in mind as well.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. So, Alvin, generally in India, I mean, if I can say so, when teams are designing the product, developing the product, so at the initial level, before it goes into mass production, there are stages like sample, proto, pre-production. So many stages are there. So those are the times when teams are actually expecting a lot of support in terms of the sampling, the reference solutions, etc., etc. So how you think NXP India is placed for these kind of support for Indian customers?
Very great question. This is always having the customer in mind, right? Making it easy and accessible for them. So what we did with our new family of microcontroller, the MCX microcontroller, and also the IDO-MX 9 application processor, we'll be creating what we call the Freedom Board, FRDM boards. These are very low cost boards that the customer can take immediately, without feeling a pinch on the wallet. You can just buy it off. You can start developing. And for every of these microcontroller, the series, whether MCX-A, whether the N family, the L family, the W family, or the C family, we have application code hub. We call the application code hub, which is online. Customer can go search for it. Search, filter MCX, for example, as a microcontroller. We have many examples of application together with the Freedom Board. So customer can download the application example from the code hub, get a very low cost Freedom Board, and get maybe a few free samples from NXP or from our distributors, and they can immediately start with it.
Yeah, I understand. That's really quite appreciated because in India, the product development is a time when actually team needs a lot of hand holding, if I can say so.
Yes.
So that's the kind of a complex product life cycle is there, and the kind of applications which is getting more and more complex, if I can say so. Be it the automotive or industrial, and the kind of lot of integrations are happening. So so this kind of approach is definitely quite helpful as we understand. Now you must be knowing, I can assume so, that Government of India also taking a lot of initiative for semiconductor ecosystem, where they are encouraging the global vendors for their initiatives for putting up assembly plants, testing, etc. A lot of investments for India. So NXP India, I mean, currently what is the team size and how future NXP is planning for India. Anything you would like to comment on this?
For the investment in semiconductor related manufacturing, I don't have much information
I
there.
understand.
But definitely, like I highlighted, we have I think 3 or 4 R&D sites. Our presence here is huge,
Okay.
right? A lot of products is actually developed in India. So, for example, the MCX, some of the MCX variant is developed here in India, right?
Yeah.
And in terms of establishing semiconductor manufacturing here in India, I think it's really a nice idea.
Yeah.
Especially, I think these are the thing companies or leaders think about, especially after the COVID-19. Right, we had this really unprecedented supply issue that got many people into problem. So now, since we are, things are getting normalized, people are starting to invest right for the future.
Now, I mean, this reminds me of a time during the Corona time,
Yeah.
3 years ago
COVID-19,
almost, that the deliveries, the lead times had been really quite painful to manage for customers. So, how you think today situation for that supply
Okay,
side?
so what happened was, so I do know that we made a lot of customers suffer. So I apologize on that, at least on the social media. But we learn, right? We learn as well. I don't think we are the only company that learn. So while we are tackling our customer supply during the COVID-19 days, we are also making agreement with our foundry partners. We are also making joint venture, to build new fabs, right? For example, I think NXP recently announced, I think we have some joint venture coming up. I believe the fab will be built in Singapore, right?
Okay.
And then there's one also in Europe with a couple of the semiconductor manufacturer with joint venture to build, for example, like 300 nanometer wafers. So these are the things that we care about because we know it's important to the customers. And for the back end, we are continually investing in capacity because most of the back end is owned by NXP. Of course, we have some OSAT that we work with, but mainly are owned by NXP.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so I mean, the pandemic has been quite a situation where everybody got kind of a surprise shock, and everybody had to take a steep learning curve to serve the customers. So yeah, that has been a journey, but I think now more or less lead times are predictable and
Yes, absolutely.
manageable. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Now, now you are in India, and so looking forward, I mean, if you see the other market for my customers and for my viewers, that how you see India market different if I compare with other markets like say European market or China market. So how you see it is different? Any 1 or 2 point you would like to say?
I think India is uniquely India.
Okay.
Right. I think the way we do business here is also very different. Right.
Okay.
It's basically adapting to the local needs, but surely I think there's from the government there's a lot of investment. Right. You
Yeah.
talk about power and energy sector. I think that's a great move because you have to remove yourself from depending on carbon too much. You have to decarbonize, right? And there's a lot of initiative to upgrade infrastructure to make it smarter, to be able to respond to the demands whenever required. And when there's low demand, you can respond accordingly. But I think also another sector here, another segment that I feel that's important not only in India but also elsewhere is the healthcare, right? People are living longer, right? And they require definitely healthcare, whether remotely, patient monitoring. I think this will be the next thing or the next segment that might be coming up. The other one, like I spoke about earlier, will be security. So NXP being a leader in security, we provide the products as well as the controller with security that enable you to make your final product to comply with any regulation, whether it's Europe or whether it's in US. So these are some of the things that we are also very much invested in, and we are trying to relay the same message. Security is important.
So the product development in India and it's getting in sync with the global requirements and trying to make India as a global hub so that product can be developed and then it can be given to the all global markets. So this has been for many suppliers, many vendors. This has been one of the key viewpoint when they are working in India, and the kind of a huge team already you have in India. So I think that's really great to have you. So anything you would want to communicate to Indian audience, Indian customers from
Yeah.
NXP?
So India is the fastest growing region for us. We are invested.
Yeah.
Recently, we have new people coming on board. You know that we have R&D sites here. So it is the fastest growing market for us, and we are definitely invested. And we will bring the right innovation, the right solution, the right products together with partners like you
Yeah.
to ensure that you bring a product to market the quickest and the fastest time possible. Yeah.
Yeah, understand. So thank you. So friends, so he is Mr. Alvin. We had been discussing with, and if I can tell you, with NXP Association of Ramakrishna has been, I think, more than three decades. So it has been a really great journey with NXP for Ramakrishna, and we are continuously innovating ourselves, investing ourselves, so that at the end of the day we can serve our customer as best as possible.
Yes.
Into their entire electronics requirement, product development, and all the ecosystem, including the supply chain.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate NXP team, and really appreciate Alvin for your time.
pleasure
And
to
I
be
hope this exhibition you get across so many things, and share with us some more insights also in our future podcast,
Yes.
so that we can discuss again another opportunity, and we can share insights with the customers.
Yes, of course.
So yeah,
Yes.
so thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Deepak,
you.
for having
Thanks a
me.
lot.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
Thank you.